It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It's Friday.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
August 3rd, 2018. It's 7 a.m. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis. And our guest today will be Dr. Jake Long, Mountain Home Public School Superintendent, who just happens to be walking indoors. Good morning, Dr. Long.
He said it once. He's going to head straight to the coffee.
Straight to the coffee. There. He's running a little low on diesel fuel this morning.
He brought his own cup this time.
Oh, I like that. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Hope your Friday morning's off to a great start. How about that morning temperature? I was showing like beautiful. 65 degrees this morning.
Nice, a little cool outside. Ooh. Put the windows down in the vehicle.
Yeah. So nice.
It was nice.
Yeah.
I could live with this. I could definitely live with this.
And so, it's going to be cooler mornings, warmer in the afternoon. Got a little hot yesterday. Going to be that way through the rest of the week. I think we got a chance of rain.
You said on your way in, we were talking earlier, you saw some guy walking with
had a jacket on.
Did that entice you to get out and want to walk with him?
I wouldn't mind the walk, but not the jacket. I just, you can't wear a jacket in August. I mean,
yeah, that's true. I'll give you
you can't wear a jacket in August. But Anyway, hope your day's off to a great start. And we want to welcome the visitors to the Twin Lakes area, North Central Arkansas, and of course, Southern Missouri. Hope you have a great time. Maybe just got here for the upcoming weekend, last big fling before the schools all start in 2 weeks. And, have some fun. Enjoy the Twin Lakes area, the rivers, the lakes, the golf courses, whatever it may be. And have some fun. Be safe, but have some fun, right?
There you go.
Well, we're enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee. You can do the same thing, Brewed Awakening Coffee. 3 locations to serve you, as you heard in the introduction. Balmer Boulevard, we've got Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby. I had some over there yesterday when I was down there. And Highway 62 East Plaza, that's Walmart and the area right in there, right out by Anytime Fitness. And run by and enjoy the best coffee.
Feel free to come by here, grab a cup, sit in,
us,
watch the show. We're always open to anybody coming in and watching.
Yeah, love to have folks stop by, say hello, have some coffee, plenty of clean coffee mugs over there.
We may even drag you on there, who knows?
That's what happened to Rick Watts. He came up for a visit. He wound up on the air. Anyway, Brewed Awakening Coffee, 3 locations to serve you in Mountain Home. And it's the best coffee in town if you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, just drinking muddy water. Right?
There you go.
And, of course, Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas bringing the morning prayer each and every day across the state when the need arises. Roller Funeral Homes, the utmost in respect, dignity, and professionalism. Just unmatched. So when the need arises, Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, in Philippians 3:13, the writer talks about the importance of forgetting what's in the past and reaching for things into the future. Of course, the writer's goal was the ultimate calling by Christ to preach the gospel. However, we can look at this for everyday life. How many of us can't get out of the past? Perhaps we had a quarrel with someone, got mad, and ended a relationship. Could have happened many years ago, but yet we're still consumed with anger and hate that shouldn't be there. Lord, my prayer today is you help us to move forward, to live to make each day better for others. Help us to drop the grudges. It's my prayer today. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas. Bring the morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes. One more week to go with Greg's Farm Services and the big expo coming up on the 11th at the fairgrounds.
It is coming quick. It'll be a good expo, though. It really will be.
It's going to be good. Yeah, a lot of things coming up. We're going to give you that information real quick. We'll be right back with the weather. Stick around.
Here comes Greg's Wildlife Expo, Saturday, August 11th, Baxter County Fairgrounds, Mountain Home. Wildlife conservation and fun for everybody. Johnny Morris Wonders of Wildlife in Springfield will have live animals and more. Kids under 16 compete for prizes at the First Security Bank Archery Competition, and you can try digital hunting at the DHF Archery Exhibit. Hunting, fishing, artwork, outdoor living, it's all here, and it's all free.
On the farm or around the home, GregFarmServices.com.
Greg's Farm Services, on the farm, around the home, in the community. Greg's Farm Services, the big expo coming up on the 11th, Baxter County Fairgrounds. Let's take a look at the store specials and other announcements. If it holds water, it's on sale.
I love that ad. I love that.
If it holds water, it's on sale. Right there. 10 to 50% off stock tanks, water buckets, sprayers, bird bath, chick waters, garden hoses, pet bowl sprinklers. If it holds water, it's on sale.
I don't think there's too much they have in their store that I can't find a way for it to hold water.
10 to 50% off. Of course, it varies from item to item. Be sure to check that out. If it holds water, it's on sale. 10 to 50% off. Flex Rack garden hose, 50 feet for $19.99. That'd be a great bargain right there. All kinds of great bargains going on. And you got the drum feeders, 30-gallon tripod metal drum feeder, ranging price from $124.99 all the way to $219.99. Great products there at a good price. Hummingbird feeders, automatic poultry fount, trap and trap. You've got the Big and J BB2 attachment, kill saw, wasp hornet spray. You've got all kinds of good specials going on. Here's GFS plot mixers. If you need to take a look at this a lot quicker than, or you need to study it longer than what I can put it on the screen, go to gregsfarmservices.com. Greg's Farm Services, on the farm, around the home, in the community, in Mountain Home and Midway. And they bring you the morning weather each and every day. This morning we've got 66 degrees in Mountain Home, 64 at Harrison, 69 at Hardy, 63 at Mountain View, 64 in Yellville, 63 at Marshall, Calico Rock at 66. Don't you know it's gorgeous down at Calico Rock, watching that sun come up over that river in downtown.
It's got to be. And they probably, it seems like every morning you got a little bit of fog over that river until the sun breaks, and I like that.
Around the region in St. Louis, it's 69 degrees, while Poplar Bluffs at 64, at 66 at Branson, at 64 at West Plains, and it's 59 degrees in Watford City, North Dakota. We always do that because, number one, it's in contrast. Number two, my son works there.
There you go.
But sometimes we've got a wide parameter of temperatures between here and Watford City, North Dakota, but it's cold up there. On the radar, the rain continues in the east and southeast. They've got that frontal boundary that's bringing that moisture in from the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. And I was watching a news report coming out of South Carolina over there, and just rain, 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 rain. Of course, that's over in the east. It's not affecting us at all and won't affect us at all.
Well, they were saying, and I was trying to look where it was at. It was, I got a report on it from the weather thing this morning, Virginia or something over there, that they're having to evacuate the homes because the water is now going over the dam, and they're afraid the dams could fail.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard that report, but yeah, they're having a lot of issues. That rain just keeps, the moisture line just keeps coming across. Well, you can see it here in the panhandle of Florida.
They're saying they're a foot over normal in rainfall.
Well, you know, my son Caleb was in Atlanta, and he got the first day of rain from Atlanta all the way into Chattanooga, Tennessee.
And right now, you don't think about that because, you know, we're in an area that we're below.
Oh, yeah, the drought monitor's been updated. We'll get to it in a minute, and, but, you know, over just, and it's far, it's even east of Knoxville, Tennessee, so it's, you know, it's 600 miles plus from there, but all the way down, you know, upstate New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, the Carolinas, and parts of Florida getting a lot of rain continuing today. You can see another line out in North Dakota, back into Wyoming, Utah, stretching over. Well, some of it even into the southern part of North Dakota. That won't affect us for a while. Hopefully it will later. We'll check Arkansas and Missouri real quick. Arkansas highways should be all clear at this time. I mean, we're in a drought condition right now, so even the highways are dry. Take a look at St. Louis area. We've got some shower activity in Illinois, Carbondale all the way up to Vandalia. That's affecting I-70 and I-64 and I-57 with a little bit of shower activity there in Illinois, but nothing going on in the St. Louis, Missouri area. Southwest Missouri, Springfield and Joplin. Looks like I-44 coming in from Tulsa is in good shape at this time. And now, let's see. We need to take a look. The drought monitor for Missouri has been enhanced. It's even worse than what it was. Most of them counties in northern Missouri in that extreme drought. And now it's starting to drop south of the Missouri River, including around Kansas City area.
And there's just no relief.
There's no relief for a while. You know, we're just in that dry part. Arkansas's drought monitor has been enhanced. Now, Baxter County is a solid D1. Clay County now, which was in a no drought situation, northeast Arkansas, is now a D2. So you've got Clay, Randolph, Lawrence, Sharp, Fulton, Baxter, parts of Izard, and Stone all in this drought situation.
The normal's getting smaller. The white's going away.
Yep, that's true. Forestry Commission has updated on the 2nd the burn bans 4 counties, Nevada, Ouachita, Lafayette, and Columbia counties in Arkansas. And the burn ban with the wildfire danger continuing, it's going to be even worse now, I think. Well, no, they've eliminated some of the counties from about Benton down into the Pine Bluff area. So it's a little bit narrower in the central part of the state, but still. I was watching Channel 3 News again last night, and they say, don't burn. You know, it's just really, really dry. So we got to have some common sense there. Just don't burn. If you have a question, call your local authorities.
I got to do some burning. I'm waiting. I mean, just wait it out.
You have to wait it out, yeah. It's just too dangerous, you know. Anyway, what do we got in community calendar?
Well,
Brought to you by,
You go ahead.
Well, I'd give the forecast, but we know what that is. Hot and dry, hot and dry, hot and dry. Right now we're in this pattern. We're going to be averaging about 93, 94 degrees for the rest of the week. I think it's supposed to be about 94 on Saturday, but we do have a chance of rain on Tuesday. So, want to get that. Yeah.
Okay.
And so.
All right. Community calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing. If you're not happy with your housing or your rent, give them a call, 741-2883, and let them help you out. I did want to let everybody know that we're still doing sign-ups for the OFA football. If you've got any youth kids that from 3rd grade to 6th grade that are interested, we've got we're still taking the sign-ups. You can go on to OzarkFootballAssociation.com or go to our Facebook page and sign up. And I think next week we're going to start divvying up teams and getting the coaches lined up. So get signed up. Don't wait.
Vacation Bible School starts at Trinity Lutheran Church in Mountain Home August 6th through 9. From 6 to 8 p.m. It's pre-K through 6th grade with no charge. The Lord delivers. Let your children learn how precious they are to our Savior as we hear how the Lord delivers as evidence in the life of Moses and in their lives as well. Pre-register, or you can go to Facebook and do a private message and call 424-2888 or email TLCWELS@mountainhome.com. Trinity Lutheran Church WELS@mountainhome.com. Once again, Vacation Bible School August 6th through 9. That's next week. That'll be Monday through Thursday of next week, 6 to 8 p.m. Pre-K through 6th grade at no charge, of course. And the theme of this week will be The Lord Delivers. Pastor Dave Kapler there does a fantastic job ministering to the folks there at Trinity Lutheran Church. And let's see, coming up on the 17th, Taste of St. Andrews in Mountain Home, Friday, August 17th from 5 to 7, $15 per person. Wonderful hors d'oeuvres, a perfect pairing to benefit Kindness Incorporated. And so that's slated for the 17th of August. That will be 2 weeks from today.
And it's Friday night. We've got music on the square that'll be going on tonight.
Still going on.
And they said that is the crowd has been unreal, and the band's been good. And of course, you can start your day out right. It's Friday morning, and it's steak day at the restaurant. So
it's what day?
Steak day.
Friday
steak day. Steak, eggs, hash browns, biscuit and gravy, or toast, all for $8.88. Can't beat it. And then for lunch, they're doing ham and beans for lunch. And $6.88 comes with 2 sides of roller cornbread. And to let everybody know, the Old Time Restaurant will be closed next week. We got some maintenance yearly stuff to do.
Yeah,
and
'tis the season.
Let some of our staff take their vacations and stuff while
so you'll be closed starting Monday the 6th through the 11th.
Yep, and we'll open up that next Monday.
13th.
Yep.
Yep.
Get all of our maintenance stuff we got to get done. You know, stuff's hard to do when you're open during the year. And
maybe we need to stage a protest. Old Time can't close.
All right, we've got to do stuff's got to get done every year, and if it don't, things go to crud. So bear with us.
Bear with us. Community Calendar brought to you by Affordable Housing, 870-741-2883. Time for a quick break. Dr. Jake Long, Mountain Home Public School Superintendent, is our guest today, so stick around. Be right back.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home.
Why would I recommend Hospice the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
With a large (7:18) on this Friday, we want to welcome Dr. Jake Long, Superintendent of Mountain Home Public Schools, and I'm sitting here thinking, I'm looking at the calendar, August 3rd, and we're talking about school starting. By the time you're back here in September, you'll have 2 weeks plus under your belt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
we'll be
almost 3 full weeks.
Almost 3 full weeks. Is the first Friday in September? That will be after Labor Day, or is it before Labor Day this year?
Yeah, it's after Labor Day. Look at that. It's be a long first week. Be the 7th.
Long first week. Yeah, so we will be well into things. Once we get to that Tuesday after Labor Day, you know, it feels like things are pretty well into swing of the school year, and so yeah, absolutely. A month from now, we'll be talking about what's going on in the fall. So.
Yeah.
But right now, we are full of all those back to school activities, and I would like to start this morning by just doing a rundown of the events that are going on, and a big one starts this afternoon with our back to school bazaar, and I know we were on here a couple weeks ago talking about that and promoting it. But that's an opportunity for any Mountain Home Public School student to come out and pick up some free school supplies. We've had some very generous donors that have donated both money and supplies to that cause, and a big portion of our community will be there to help distribute it. And so it's a great opportunity to come out and not just pick up supplies, but there's also going to be some services available there,
I believe,
if needed.
Dental and eye screenings.
Yes. Yep. Along with haircuts.
Haircuts. Yeah.
Haircuts, and then also you can pick up some. We got some of our local banks that are going to be cooking some hot dogs.
Really?
So
good.
Be an opportunity for you to pick up dinner while you're there as well. So that's a big event, and I want to make sure and thank everyone that has had a hand in making that happen, because without our supportive community, we could not only run this event today, but also run that program.
And that starts what, at 4?
It does start at 4. And that is at Nelson Wilkes Heron. It'll run from 4 to 7, and Nelson Wilkes Heron is there off North College Street. And you'll just there'll be, in years past there have been lines, and so you just come in through the front door, and we'll work your way through it. So it's and
that's a big savings for parents, because we talked about this last week when we were here talking about the back to school bazaar. It gets expensive.
It does, especially if you have two or three children on, and maybe even if you're on a single parent income, and so it does get expensive, and that's the main reason in which we're doing that. Now we are doing it in leading up to the back to school tax-free weekend. So if there's anything that you're wanting particularly for your kids, you can certainly take advantage of our local retailers here in town and utilize that tax-free weekend. If you're curious about any of our school supplies and wondering if you're choosing to go get your own school supplies, you can check out. We have a link both on our website and our Facebook page, and you can look up and see the different school supplies. Of course, with the K-7, we mailed letters this past week, and if you didn't get a letter, make sure and give our buildings a call, whichever building it is. Kindergarten, Nelson Wilkes Heron is 1st and 2nd grade. Hackler is 3rd through 5th grade. Pinkston is 6th, 7th grade. Junior high, 8th, 9th. And then 10, 12 is at the high school. And those class lists will be posted on our Facebook page, so you can go there and check those out. So utilize your tax-free weekend, come out to Bridges, and get ready for school. So Monday the 6th is our first day in which our teachers will be back on contract. Of course, many of them, if you go by there, you will have seen the parking lots full of cars, and that's because our teachers were already there getting ready and preparing, and so they come back the 6th. On the 7th, the morning of the 7th, we have our Dunbar Day. And so this is an opportunity whenever we pull together all of our district staff, all of our teachers, everybody in one place, have a big hoorah and get ready for a new school year. So we'll be. That
kind of gets everybody on the same page.
Yes, it does. And I'll have a few highlights of what might be new for the upcoming year, and some of our district leaders will have a few highlights, along with Mountain Home Education Foundation, Molly Morgan.
Yep.
And then PTO, our president, Leah Coleman, will be there to talk about that also. Also on the 7th, I briefly spoke about PTO, but we're very fortunate to have a strong parent base in which support all the things that we try to do. And so if there's any parents that are wanting to plug into how can they be engaged in their children's education, I would highly encourage you to reach out to Leah Coleman from Mountain Home PTO. Mountain Home PTO actually, they used to that group used to be called Parents and Education. That they called themselves the PI, and we went through just kind of a rebranding and reorganization a couple years ago, And from that has come a very strong parent organization that supports our students.
It's kind of the liaison between the school and the parents.
Yes, they are.
Right.
Yes, they are. And they're in it with us. They're certainly not in it against us. And so we look for those ways in which we can continue to partner.
I have to admit, the problem I have with PTO is I think of the back of a tractor.
Yeah, you and me both. No.
When I first heard Mountain PTO, I thought, what are they doing with a PTO? You know, I'm because I used to sell the universal droids for the bush hogs and go off the PTO.
So on the 7th, we are having a student-led tours, and so there won't be any opportunity to meet the teachers on the evening of the 7th, but you can bring your children to whichever building you're going to, and you can be this. Other students will be leading your kids around, and that will be from 5 to 7 on August 7th. So it's an opportunity to get in. The purpose behind that is we're set up a little bit different than some schools. A lot of school districts have neighborhood schools where they might run kindergarten through 6th grade or kindergarten through 4th grade, and in Mountain Home, for years we've had more of a centers approach. So you're at all of our kindergartners are together. And so it does create a few more transitions, so we're trying to make sure that we provide opportunities to both students and parents to ease those transitions to whatever schools they're going to.
I didn't realize that, because I've been here for 4
I like
years.
the idea of the student lab. We actually went yesterday, and my son's going into 8th grade, and we had to get his name tag, and they gave you one of the students, or two of them, gave us a quick tour of the hallway and kind of coming around, and I love the way they explained it, because they're talking to my son, and they're telling where this and that. And this is the hallway. And this hallway gets, if you make it out alive, you've done good.
That was encouraging, wasn't it?
If you make it out alive, you've done good.
Is there a bit of traffic in that hallway? That's funny.
So that's all he remembered. I just got to make it out alive in this hallway. I'm going, all right. But it's pretty cool because with the kids talking at their level, it's a little different. It's pretty funny.
They present things in a way that's most often the truth, and they don't sugarcoat it.
Yep.
So I found that whenever I'm looking for a variety of feedback on different things, whether it be a program or a software, most of the time you just have to ask the kids because they'll shoot you pretty straight with it. So that's on August 7th. Also next week. At the high school, sophomores will pick up textbooks on August 8th. That'll be from 2 to 6 p.m. Also on the 8th are senior pictures, and then on the 9th, that is our district-wide open house.
Okay.
And so that will be from 1 p.m. to 7. So whether you have to work till 5 or 6, there'll be plenty of time there, and our teachers will be there, so you can.
This is open house at all campuses.
Open house at all campuses from 1 to 7, and that's that opportunity to get in the classroom, visit with the teachers, parents engage with the teachers, and so that will be at all campuses. So that takes us through the end of really next week, and there's a variety of events for different activities, football meetings, kickoff meetings. And then the first day of school being August 15th. So you can kind of see how things are adding up there. And then the next thing that week of August 15th, first day of school is on Wednesday. The big community event of Bomberfest is on August 17th. So we'll go to school a couple days and then kind of rally everybody up at Bomberfest, and then enter into our first full week of school. So that's kind of that's a rundown of the next few weeks with a whole bunch of other activities entered into there. But those are the big events that you don't want to miss, especially if you have kids that are coming to school. So
wow, a lot of activities, Mountain Home Public Schools next week. Come up on 7:30 and take a quick break, visiting with Jake Long, Superintendent, Mountain Home Public Schools. Be right back. With a large showroom of over 13,000 square feet, the Furniture Depot is your local choice for quality name brand furniture at prices anyone can afford. They carry a great selection of catnapper recliners, power recliners with lumbar support, and lift chairs. Check out Furniture Depot's variety of living room and dining room sets in various styles and designs. And don't forget about their mattress gallery featuring Serta, Symbol mattresses, and adjustable beds. Family owned and operated, that's Furniture Depot, located in the Ozark Shopping Center in Mountain Home.
Our old burger was only 7 ounces, but now it's 8 with brioche bun and pickles. Comes with its own steak knife, it's really that big. Your best competition is always yourself. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. We're focused on one thing, burgers, ribs, fajitas. Just that one thing, burgers, ribs, and fajitas. We're reeling in our menu because it got out of hand. We had a moment of self-actualization. Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back. Oh baby, Chili's is back, baby, back, baby, back.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Neema's Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas is your home for national and international award-winning pizza. Neema's Pizza offers artisan-made award-winning pizza with only the freshest and finest of ingredients. Each pizza is made from scratch and hand-tossed at the time you place your order. And also check out their calzone strombolis, an oven-baked folded pizza stuffed with your choice of meat. Sauce can be on the side or included inside at your request. Neema's Pizza in Gassville, Arkansas, your home for award-winning pizza.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right products.
Hi.
It's 7:32, visiting with Dr. Jake Long of Mountain Public Schools. What else you got for us, sir?
So one of our big academic initiatives for this next year is the focus on literacy and writing. And what we have done is we have transitioned Lori Crampton, who was serving at the Nelson Wilkes Heron Assistant Principal, into a K-12 dyslexia coordinator position. And in addition to that, we've also appointed 3 teachers to serve as teachers on special assignment. So Lori is the dyslexia coordinator, and she's going to be also the lead teacher on special assignment, and those 4 individuals, along with the regular classroom teachers, are really going to be focusing in on ensuring that every student is on grade level reading. And it's a huge task, but honestly, there's no more important task than that. And this is in conjunction with the Commissioner Key's RISE initiative, and it really kind of breaks down the science of reading into a multi-sensory approach. And so whenever, probably the 3 of us, whenever we learn to read, we may have seen a picture of a frog, and underneath it was the word frog, and so some of us may not have ever put into multisensory of learning, actually how to sound out and how to spell the frog. We may have just seen the picture of a frog and memorized, hey, I see a frog, that's a frog. And then once we get into the more advanced text, we come to those words and to those letters. We don't know how to decode them. We don't know how to break them down, and that's, that.
So you're saying it's in the learning the the phonics of the pronunciation.
So there's 5 elements to the reading, and phonics is being certainly one of them, along with phonemic awareness and the reading comprehension. And so we can't just historically. Reading curriculum through the years there's in theory, been this debate between the comprehension and the phonics. And so what we're trying to do is ensure that all of those elements are being touched upon in the full development of a child to read. And we have spent a lot of resources this summer on ensuring that all of our teachers are trained in the RISE reading. And so the RISE is the theory, and then we've come back in with a program called Apple Connections.
Really?
Apple Connections was originally designed for whole group instruction for reading. We've also utilized Susan Barton in the past, a dyslexia reading program, but it was more for individual intervention and individual reading instruction. But we've also learned over the past 2 or 3 years that the Apple Connections, which is multi-sensory, and so you'll see students even sounding out words of WAS, and so they're putting multi-sensory into whenever they're decoding it. Same thing with their fingers on tracing. So you'll see pizza pans within some of our classrooms. They'll be like, what in the world are they doing with pizza pans? And they'll have magnetic letters on them, and so they'll put up a word, and the students will be starting to slide those letters in there. And so the tools are multi-sensory as opposed to just reading, as opposed to just one sensory of seeing it and saying it, and so we're seeing it, we're saying it, we're writing it, we're tracing it, we're doing it, we're spelling it.
I sort of say I see a 3-dimension here.
You're exactly right. And whenever I say multi-sensory, it's 3D.
Really?
It is reading in 3D is what it is.
It's amazing.
Well, he's sitting here talking because I can remember in my elementary years, which was it was back in the 60s, I make no bones about that, but when you talk about what do you call it, dyslexia, is that because when I was, say, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, I could look at one word and it looked different.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I think I may have had just a hint of that.
Yes.
So when I read something, I really, really have to study.
Yes.
To make sure that I'm reading it properly, especially when you're on the air and trying to read something from community calendar or something.
Absolutely.
So is that what you're trying to identify?
That is what we're trying to identify, and we're trying to identify it early so that those reading comprehension and those reading level skills are not a drag as you build upon the system. So if a student gets behind early in their academic career, it only becomes more and more pressure as they advance, and because the need for the level of reading obviously increases as you go forward. Readings in everything, readings in science, readings in math, readings in social studies, and we understand that a big part of a child's education, even though we don't want to focus on the test, but that ACT score is a critical component to a child's what they do next in their education. It's also a critical component to the workforce.
Oh yeah.
You go in there, you get a shop manual, whether it's on an HVAC or a car. It's all about reading and how quickly can you read through some instructions, process the information, comprehend what it's saying,
exactly,
and then move forward.
And see, while you're talking, I remember in 4th grade we had. Back then it was all projectors. We didn't have, all the computer stuff. Remember the old film strips?
Oh yeah.
It's just a roll of film that had single slides. They had about 80 individual slides. But we had this one special projector, and it would put the sentence, and you had to read the sentence. But as you progressed, then it'd go faster. And I think what they were looking at is how fast can they read and still comprehend. And I think sometimes is speed reading as important as comprehending at a slower level, or at a slower pace.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that can get through the words, but whenever you stop and recite what did you just read?
Yep.
And that's whenever you take that ACT test, you read through a story, and then you're going to be required. You're not answering questions whenever you're reading through that story. But you're reading through that story, and then you're having to answer the questions after the story. So are you having to go back to the text to look up the information that you've just read, or can you comprehend what you read and be able to answer the question along the way? And that's that. It's very similar to putting into practice whatever job that you're doing there that requires you to read and understand something. But so that extreme focus on literacy, on both reading and writing, is our top priority, and in fact it's a goal, K-12. So we've got some really good people that have been really schooled up and trained up in the science of reading and propping up our reading scores and are ensuring that every student is on reading level. So that's one of our big focuses. Of course, at the high school.
That's good. That's real good.
At the high, do we need to take a break?
No, we're good. We got about 5 more minutes. Go ahead.
Okay. At the high school, you'll also see an addition of some of the computer coding classes. I've talked about that before, but we did add one whole instructor to the computer coding curriculum. So both Skipper Thurman, Skipper was teaching a physics class, but Skipper will be teaching our coding along with Bradford Young, and that program has just exploded. The industry has exploded.
I want to learn that stuff. I talked to you when you were. I want to learn that.
You're going to redo.
Yeah, well, I want to design a program to where, like my old antique radio over here, I've got the old vacuum tubes, and some of the numbers have rubbed off. I have no idea what they are.
Yeah.
And sometimes they have a darkened glass where you can't even see inside them. And it'd be nice to be able to plug that into a socket, plug it into the computer, and the computer have the information in there. Say, oh, you've got a 12AX7, you've got a 6L6 plugged in. And a lot of people don't know what I'm talking about, but tubes
I don't know what you're talking about.
were identified by the number. When in these days in my world, you say 12AX7, wow, he's got a 12AX7, Which, when you get in the world of music and the Mesa Boogies and the Marshall stacks, then you're going to have a vast array of 12AX7 too. But that's what I'd like to do,
that's cool.
But the governor's program on the coding has been so successful, and I've seen how you've been excited about this to see what the kids can do. And I think this is the future.
Yeah, I get excited.
They're getting reading.
Yes, absolutely. It's the foundation.
And your literacy,
And I get excited about it because I see how many students are excited about it, and how many opportunities that it does provide for our students. And also, I would say it's an industry that I feel like we can tap into here locally, because it doesn't require mass transportation. It doesn't require a great amount of goods in or goods out, and that's been one of the limiting factors to our economic development within this area. And if we can set up some call centers or coding centers and some local businesses that are serving a global need, I think that's something that we can tap into. And so our kids, our students, are really getting into this, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see some young entrepreneurs open up some businesses here locally that are serving a global population.
That's amazing. That is amazing.
And you don't have to, we're not talking about a lot of startup costs either. We're talking about minimal equipment to do this, but yet the sky's the limit in how they're able to touch and how they're able to serve a need out there. So certainly amazing. Excited about the computer coding. We have expanded our music programs. We've added a halftime music teacher for the junior high to allow Miss Lakin Hopper to focus at the high school, and so you'll see the arts expanding. I've talked a little bit about us building a greenhouse and our plant sciences, and so our students can actually gain a science credit through one of our Agri plant science courses, which is really, really cool because you're serving two different needs there. You're serving both a career and technical need along with one of those core requirements through the sciences. So that's going to be an exciting thing that we're having, and And then also the expansion of technology. We are going to be 1-to-1 for every child across the entire district. Of course, that will look a little bit different at each of our individual buildings. For example, at kindergarten, it'll be 1-to-1 iPads. Of course, the iPads will not go home. They'll stay there in the classroom. At first grade, it'll be 1-to-1 iPads also, and so same thing, that every kid will have an iPad within the classrooms. And then at the second grade, it'll be 1-to-1 Chromebooks. Same thing with all the way through 3 through 7. Keep classroom sets, 1-to-1 Chromebooks, and then 8 through 12 will be 1-to-1 Chromebooks, and those devices will go home with the kids.
Can you imagine one man's vision of computers and iPhone has changed the entire world?
I saw yesterday where Steve Jobs or Apple become the first $1 trillion company.
That's all over the news.
So
they're worth $1 trillion.
They said that one $1,000 investment in 1997 would be worth $450,000 today. One $1,000 investment in 1997. That wasn't that long ago. Worth $450,000 today.
Had we only known.
Missed the boat, didn't we?
We need to take a break. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup. If anybody needs trash service in the area, please give us a call. Arch Trash Service is veteran owned, and I've been in the local area resident for over 20 years. I'll provide a better service than the other guys, and even provide front door service trash pickup for those that aren't able to take their trash to the curb. We'll also pick up almost anything and even provide free recycling. I am Ricky with Arch Trash Pickup, and please give me a call for all your trash service needs.
Do you ever feel like your butt's dragging and you could really use a lift? Ozark Diesel Off-Road. Ozark Diesel Off-Road has been installing lifts for over 25 years. They specialize in all your off-road vehicle needs, from general repairs such as engine diagnostics, clutch and brake repair, to custom fabrication like axle gears and lockers, leveling and suspension kits, and everything in between. So if your vehicle could really use a lift, head to Ozark Diesel Off-Road, located at 5051 Highway 62 East, or give them a call at 870-425-LIFT.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being, they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done, so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
$7:48 on this Friday, visiting with Dr. Jake Long, Mountain Public Schools Superintendent. And Jeff Sessions was in Arkansas, I believe in Hot Springs, met with the governor and some elected officials about school safety issues. Your thoughts on some of this?
Yeah, they were at Lake Hamilton, and Lake Hamilton for years has been one of the schools that have utilized their own staff, whether they be certified teachers or principals, as far as carrying of weapons or armed security. And so I think that was one of the reasons why the Attorney General was there to see the different approaches that have been taken on this conversation of school safety. Of course, we know that the governor put together a commission and a task force to look at this issue of school safety, particularly following the shooting in Florida and then the multiple shootings in Texas towards the end of last semester. And so the commission came back with, ultimately the recommendation was each individual school district and community is different, and so there should be no blanket policy or blanket recommendation, but yet but yet let that decision be left up to each individual community and school system, which I appreciate. I really do.
So that way you can coordinate with Sheriff Montgomery, Chief Manuel, the mayor, the county judges, whatever, and Arkansas State Police.
Yeah, so that means that I can utilize the resources that we have here locally and set up a system that best protects our students, supports our teachers, provides this layer of security to our parents. And as opposed to us building a system that might apply to Lake Hamilton or Little Rock and yet not mean anything to Mountain Home or to some school down in the Delta.
Right.
And so I do appreciate that, because each community is different. But one of the recommendations that did come out of that was an armed personnel at every campus. And certainly one that I do agree with. So the approach that our Board of Education, our City Council, our Sheriff, our Chief of Police have all kind of come in contact with is that we would like that to be a commissioned officer. And so we have been very fortunate to have the Chief of Police and City Council support to help us put a 5 Mountain Home Police Department PD commissioned officers into our schools, serving as full-time school resource officers. So it's not just an officer there. They've been trained for, being in schools. And so we have 5 of those, and then we also have 1 sheriff's deputy that Sheriff Montgomery has helped provide at Hackler to serve as the DARE officer, and then also as that school resource officer. So we have 6 officers, and that's 1 for every campus, and that includes the kindergarten in Pinkston, being on one campus along with Guy Berry. So we certainly have, we were out ahead of that recommendation actually, and we're just very fortunate to have city leaders and county leaders that see the value of protecting our kids and being that resource. And so that's the approach we'll have. So that'll be a major change that parents that parents and students didn't have as a resource. You'll see an SRO at every campus, which is a very strong presence and
I'm
a
glad
strong,
to see that expand. Yeah.
And that responsibility for us, we can do that where maybe Norfolk or Cotter is not able to do that because of the volume that we have within our local law enforcement personnel. And they're right there as well too. So.
And Dr. Long, it's amazing because I've talked with several of them, like Eddie and Tom and Bubba. The relationships that develop between students and the policemen is just it becomes a close-knit communication between those two. I've heard situations, with before Tom Cantor retired, he's got invited to weddings of former students.
Yeah, the relationships, I would say, is the most critical piece of it.
Yeah.
So whenever students see something or they need law enforcement help, they feel comfortable enough and they have a resource there to go to.
Yep.
So the relationships, I would say, is the most important piece. Relationships, the most important piece, from teachers to students to me. That's what it all hinges on, is our ability to be able to connect with students and build a bond there that is strong enough for that transfer of knowledge to even happen. So,
and then we pray that the officer never has to lift a gun.
Yeah. Absolutely. And we pray that never happens. And we as we move to a new school year, we certainly do take the prayers of the community and appreciate everybody's prayers for our student safety.
Now I'm going to bring out a 4-letter word on TV: snow. And people
you're kind of jumping the gun on that one. I don't think we have to worry about that
for a long time. Let's hope not. But you instituted a new policy or a new program last year that allows the kids to work at home.
Yeah.
We
are going to apply for those alternative method of AMI days again. I do think I put out a survey. It's still I'm still baffled by this, but I put out a survey after we utilized those AMI days last year, and I had over 800 responses to the survey. And so I've never put out a survey where we get that amount of response. And the overwhelmingly majority of them appreciated the AMI days. They really appreciated them come that Friday before Memorial Day whenever we were getting out of school.
Yes.
And not coming there. So
Yeah.
it was like 85, 86% approval and wants to utilize them in the future. So based on that information and taking that feedback, we are going to apply for for some more of those AMI
What's
days.
the maximum you can have per school term?
So according to the law, it is 10 days. But the Department of Ed did not approve anything over 4 last year. We had 4 days, plus we had an additional 2 days that we had built into our charter since we are a K-12 conversion charter school. And so we actually had 6 days that we could utilize in that fashion, 4 AMI days, 2 cyber days, and so we'll probably shoot for somewhere in the 6 to 8 days and see if we can get approval for that. They may come back and say, hey, we're only giving you 5, which are, anything helps. I believe on the first day of August we had a fog. And so don't you count your
foggy days in August and snow days.
Foggy days in August.
No more fog in August.
So I think that the first was we already have one of those. And
hopefully it's on a Friday or a Monday.
But anyway, so we will get more information out for that. I believe the deadline to apply is September 15th. And so we're working on that currently.
That's approved by the Education Department in
Yes,
Arkansas?
it is. It is approved by the Department of Ed.
Wow. Got about 3.5 minutes. Your final thoughts. Boy, you've got, tax-free weekend, August 4th and 5th. The school supply program is today from 4 to 7 right over here at Nelson Wilkes. First day of school the 15th. You've got teachers' first day on Monday. Dunbar the 7th. Open campus. August 9th, am I correct? From 1 to 7 p.m. Open house at all campuses on the 9th.
Yes, sir. 1 to 7.
1 to 7. Anything else?
No, just that as we move into a new school year, we had a conversation with our. I need to thank some people real quick. Yesterday we met with our admin assistants, our secretaries, and those ladies, guys, they really are. They are the heartbeat of our schools. They make the difference. Whenever I ask people what makes the difference, they say those ladies up front and that level of customer service. And yesterday we talked about 5-star customer service. What does that mean? And we're very fortunate to have those ladies there and to be as helpful as what they are. Every single one of them go above and beyond on a daily basis, and so I want to thank them. I want to thank our maintenance and custodial staff.
Oh yeah, they
have been busting it all summer long with floors, with mowing, with construction projects. And I have to thank them, because without them and all the work that they've done this summer, we wouldn't be as far along in being ready to go.
Your maintenance staff don't cut corners; they clean them.
They do.
Your grounds and your campuses are immaculate.
Yeah, they do a great job, and we're fortunate to have the type of people that we have there working in it. As we move into a new school year, safety and a community support is critical. So if you see something that we need to know about, say something. Don't just harbor that information. Feel free to give us a call. Call the school. Call central office 425-1201. Shoot me an email. Stay engaged with us on Facebook, on social media, on the website. Through you guys, I'm on here on a monthly basis, and
you can anytime you need to walk in while we're on the air, walk in. Come on in.
Well, I appreciate that.
One thing I want to bring up real quick. We're starting to run out of time. I got less than a minute. School bus safety. When the flashing lights start, the only place you don't have to stop is on the bypass.
Yeah.
If you're in front of McDonald's or Kent Chevrolet or wherever on the 5-lane, you have to stop all lanes of traffic.
Yes.
When those red lights go to flashing on that bus.
Yes, and those buses will be out on the 15th, and so you see those stop signs out, stop.
Yep.
And the only place you don't have to is on the divided highway.
Yep. So. And with that, we're going to wrap it up. Scooter, you got anything? Got 15 seconds here.
No, I'm
well, he's
there's just a lot going on.
Look at this.
I've even took notes.
Well, the tradition of excellence continues at Mountain Home Public Schools. That pretty well wraps it up. Have a great weekend. Welcome to our visitors. Hope you have a fun time. We will see you on Monday.